Yo, yo, what's up? So, markets just opened a few hours ago, Sunday, or actually, no, it's Monday, almost 12 a.m. So, here we are doing our analysis after, the New Year holiday, projecting what's likely to occur in the following week and giving a little bit of a long-term projection as well. So, just seeing how we opened this week, we on the dollar index gapped a little bit higher and then made a push lower. Obviously, we have this monthly order block as well as a weekly fair value gap. This is the draw on liquidity. I'm also going to mark this weekly order block because it's a pretty thick candle and the high is pretty much at the open, so we're likely to tap into this area. Now, this is where I'm expecting to see buying pressure again because I don't believe uh, the markets are going to start reversing from here. We're not going to have a bull run from here, obviously. So if we're not going to have a bull run, then we're going to see dollar index start pushing higher. And it kind of makes sense for it to be reversing at these high time frame levels. For example, this weekly order block, and then this monthly order block and those weekly levels. Now we do have fair value gaps here, and if we want to drop it down on a weekly, this order block is fair value gap, but I do expect to see a push up here. So how does that replicate on indexes? So I'm just marked the setup on NASDAQ. I'm not going to be taking this trade, but I just want to outline it for my own purpose. So I do believe we're going to be pushing a little bit higher. Um, the liquidity, in my eyes, seems to be above this high, above these equal highs, and into this fair value gap. It could possibly push higher, and if it does, we'd see a retracement a little bit lower. But, you know, as we know, the market can consolidate on the dollar index, and the index markets can be repriced into whatever levels. So it's not 100% correlated. It is correlated, but it's not going to be, that correlation is not going to be there 100% of the time. So we want to expect that as well. So yeah, my bias is bullish. Obviously, we're in this level right here, but same goes with the S&P. We're just consolidating for the past week or so. Do have buy side here. I would like to see something like a push higher and then looking for sells to here for continuation lower. These equal lows right now, they're just popping out on me. So if we do tap into here, this could be like a intermediate term target to be shorting at. For the NASDAQ, I would say would be, this low right here. Although this low as well. So yeah, daily, I was just marking it up for the NASDAQ. We have this bearish daily order block here. We have a weekly, no, we have a 4-hour, excuse me, what was that level? This weekly fair value gap here. So perhaps we're going to push higher and then push back lower. So yeah, bias is bullish on the intermediate term or short term bias for the indexes and bearish for the dollar index. But if anyone is considering shorting this, I'd be careful doing it now, because we might see an expansion. And so if you're a scalper, you obviously want to be careful about that because you're trading at a different leverage than you are as a long-term position trader. So if I were to take this trade, for example, it would be at a 0.5% to a 1% risk, and so I'd be aiming to make 2.7% or half of that. So I'm not going to be risking a lot if I were to take this trade. And I'm honestly not going to be normally taking these trades. I normally trade during the New York session, but I do outline setups overnight and see them play out pretty often on the indexes. So as long as I have like a decent stop loss, like nothing too tight, I do see respected. So I'm curious to see how this plays out. I'm gonna come and update this, I guess tomorrow after New York session, and I'll be on to just see how price moves. So I'll adjust my buys as we get into that. So yeah,